All right, how we doing, brothers and sisters? That was weak as hell. I said, how are we doing, brothers and sisters? There we go. I'd like to thank and start off by saying thank you for allowing me to address the delegation. I'd love to be here in my capacity as president of the Professional Firefighters of Wisconsin, but obviously there are other pressing issues in Wisconsin that we need to take care of right away, so we're working on that. I have to thank our president. And, you know, a lot of people come up here and thank General President Shapeberger, and there's a lot of handshaking and a lot of boot licking and everything else, but I'll tell you that our president, and I've had the opportunity running for office twice now, learning about other unions, learning about other structures and how things work, but our president, I'm going to tell you, is the best. And I'm not just saying it because he supports me. I'm saying it because it's real. And when you go around and talk to other statewide internationals and statewide associations, our president is there. So I'd like to start off and take 2 minutes of my 20 minutes and give General President Harold Shapeberger a thank you. Please join me in doing that. So our leadership, our district vice presidents, my DVP, Tom Thornburg, our international Secretary Treasurer, Edzo, has been a great supporter of mine as well. And our union, our governmental affairs shop has been great to get this done, because we have in Wisconsin, in my opinion, the worst anti-working family, the worst anti-union governor in our history. And I want to thank my executive board from the Professional Firefighters of Wisconsin, our vice president, Mike Wadzicka, Secretary Treasurer, Steve Wilding, who's always there by my side. They're always there to help out. My local firefighters, Local 311 in Madison, my vice president, Kevin Sherry, our Secretary Treasurer, Ted Higgins, who's always there again by my side to help out and joining me in this journey. But we have to make history. And we're making history right here, right now, because this is our 100th year anniversary. 100 years of honor, 100 years of struggle, 100 years of action. I always say, though, if we're going to make history, we have to make it count. And the IFF has done that. I want to do that back home in Wisconsin. As we speak right now, and I was just talking to the good governor in the back room, as we sit here and speak right now, Governor Scott Walker is holding a press conference talking about my campaign and about my salary as a firefighter and as a union state president, as we speak right now. My staff is in the back working crazy to get a statement out. And the press conference is just about me. So that lets you know one thing, that they're worried and they're afraid. All right, let's get after it now. People sometimes say that I'm crazy to run in the state of Wisconsin for governor, but I think not. We have, in all seriousness, a state that is in much despair. I love the state of Wisconsin. I was born there. But the Wisconsin that I knew and loved is not the Wisconsin I grew up in. It's where I was born and raised. It's where I have my own family in Madison. It's where I've been a firefighter for 20-plus years. City of Madison, 20-plus years as a firefighter. But Wisconsin right now is in a state of emergency, and as firefighters, we don't take a back seat when we have a crisis. What do? We respond. In 2011, Walker said he was going to divide and conquer us. He was talking to one of his high-priced donors. Now, he was talking, in all fairness, about public sector employees and private sector employees. And when his high-priced donor said, well, what are you going to do with these unions? We need right to work. He said, I'm going to divide and conquer. I'm going to start with the public sector first. He goes, then we'll come after the private sector. So you all remember the story of Act 10, which is our collective bargaining law, where it took public sector employees' collective bargaining and stripped it. You know, we all talk about Janus, and that's a real concern. But Act 10 is Janus on steroids, because under Act 10, you can only have one-year contracts. You can't bargain over anything other than CPI increases and wages. And you have to have your union re-up every year. And you cannot have any dues deduction. So Act 10 is Janus on steroids. Now, as you know, the story goes, we were exempt from Act 10. Fire and police, we were exempt. And they told us to sit on the sidelines. I had many conversations with the IFF, many conversations with our general president. And we decided collectively, as a state of Wisconsin, as an IFF, that we would stand with our brothers and sisters when it came to uniting against this crazy, crazy law. And we continue to fight to this day. I'm like Marco Rubio taking a drink of water. But when I go around the state of Wisconsin and talk about issues, I don't try to relitigate Act 10. I don't actually like to talk a lot about what the Democratic Party, in my opinion, has done, and that is get into these silo issues. I talk about what we talk about at the firehouse kitchen table. I don't talk about where someone's going to use the bathroom. Not that it's not important, but that's not what the people of Wisconsin are thinking about, where someone's going to use the bathroom. What I talk about is when you flush the toilet, where does that water go? That doesn't go into our drinking water. That's what's important. So we don't talk about the silo issues. I talk about an economy. Our current administration, Governor Walker will say we have a 2.8% unemployment rate. Well, that's well and good. But what the hell is the unemployment rate when people are working 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet? When people are working 2 or 3 jobs just to put food on the table? I say you should never have to go to a fish fry on Friday and wonder how you're going to pay for it on Monday with your family. We need to have an economy that does not take necessities from the many to give luxuries to the few. I talk about health care. We have over 300,000 Wisconsinites right now that have no health care whatsoever. That's a problem. That's an issue. In my state, under Governor Walker, we did not take the federal dollars for the Medicaid expansion. That would have put another 84,700 folks on Medicare. Badger Care is what we call in our state. Badger Care, by the way, is a state health insurance plan that covers those that are living in poverty and below middle-class wages. That was actually started by a Republican, Tommy Thompson. Now they're trying to dismantle it. There should never be a time where a child can't go to the hospital because their parents can't afford it. My mother's a diabetic. There should never be a time where a senior has to choose between paying their rent or their mortgage or getting their prescription drugs filled. We can do better in our state, and we can do better, quite frankly, in the country. I talk about an educational system that works for everybody. I have 2 kids. My daughter's a sophomore at University of Wisconsin. My son started his freshman year in high school, public schools. Our greatest commodity for the future is our children. And their greatest currency is their education. So we have to do everything in our power to make sure we take care of our children, because they're going to actually one day take care of us. Our governor took $1.6 billion away from public education in his first budget. And now he's running, in 2018, he's calling himself the educational governor. So he took $1.6 billion in 2011. Now he's putting back $638 million this year, last year's budget, and he's calling himself the educational governor. As a wise man once said, that's like taking a knife, sticking it 8 inches in my back, pulling it out 4 inches, and now I'm supposed to say thank you. This doesn't work that way. We need to take care of our kids. And I talk about this in front of you. I talk about this issue whether I'm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is our biggest hub, our urban area, or Madison, or whether I'm way up north, where a lot of our members live, but there's not a lot of people that look like me up there. We have the highest African-American male incarceration rate in the country, in the state of Wisconsin. That's not a Republican issue. That's not a Democrat issue. That's a Wisconsin issue. So we need to take care of that together. And I don't like to use partisan politics when it comes to locking people up. There's no doubt there are certain people that need to be locked up, and I'll say that right here. But we lock up so many nonviolent offenders in the state of Wisconsin. People are making money off of locking people up. People are making money off of poverty, and that is wrong no matter where you live, no matter where you're from. And it's especially wrong in my home state, in the state of Wisconsin. So I'm going to attack that as well. But I can't do any of these things without your help. I've had your help, and I'm calling on you now. Because it is time in the state of Wisconsin that we don't send another elected official up there. We don't send another lawyer or another person that just wants power up there. It's time for us to send a firefighter into the executive branch of the state of Wisconsin. Because right here, we are making history. And our service as the IFF and our service as firefighters goes beyond the founding, even of this great organization. Firefighters, that's who we are. So when I ask you a question, I want you to say the word firefighters. For instance, let's do a trial run here. Who are we here representing? Let's try that again. I know you guys had a lot of drinks last night, but come on, man. Who are we here representing? When the U.S. joined the Allied forces in World War II, you know who willingly served our nation overseas and on the home front? You know who pushed President Gerald Ford to sign a law that guarantees federal support to families of fallen first responders? You know who answered the call on the fateful day in 2001 that will forever be etched in the nation's history and memory? You know who will send me to the governor's mansion? That's right, and we have to do it together. Year after year, political insiders and elected officials have overpromised and underperformed. Well, that day is done, and we have to do something about it. It's time to elect someone that gives a damn, and that's me. Together, we have to believe in an opportunity and believe in the capacity for change and that we can do this together, brothers and sisters. Together, we can do it. So I'm asking for you. I'm asking for you to believe in me. But more importantly, I'm asking for you to believe in yourselves and the capacity for change and that we can do this. But I can only do this with your help. We've done the work in my campaign. I've opened two offices in the state of Wisconsin. No other campaign has done that. We raised more money than any other candidate. And I've only done that with your help. So I'm asking again. I'm asking again for your help. We are the only candidate, I'm the only candidate that's actually knocking doors, doing lid drop, that's actually canvassing all across our great state. The boss said it best. When he came to Wisconsin, he said, we're going to bring everything to the game. Money, marbles, and chalk, and everything it takes to play. So brothers and sisters, I need you to take me over the finish line. I need you, and I hate to make a shameless plug, but I need you to go out to our table out there and donate. I need you to take your phones out. Everybody take your phone out right now. Come on, brothers and sisters, hold it up. You should have flyers on your desk on how you can donate. I think we have 1,800 delegates. If each of you gave $50, that would be about $92,000. That's good math. So let's get out there and do it. Brothers and sisters, I need you. If you go to mahlonmitchell.com, we can get it done. I need your help. Because right now in the state of Wisconsin, we are under a state of emergency. And we have the fierce urgency of now to put people over politics. We have the fierce urgency of now to put people over bad policy. We even have the fierce urgency of now to put people over party. We can do it together. We have a mantra in the fire service that you all know, we all love. It's called all hands working. It means that everyone on location is doing something to make things better for the community. And as you know, we leave no one behind. So let's get it done. We can make history. We've made history here at this IFF. Help me make history back home in Wisconsin. Let's make history. Let's make it count. And always remember that together we rise. Thank you.